Hello everybody in the land of the internet, Jason Rivers here, aka Psycho Smiffy, and welcome back to Games with Gold. We are in 2017. It has been a whole year since we started doing this series. It's been quite a journey, but let's continue it and see if we can get every game done this year. We are going to start with Deathtrap, World of Van Helsing. This game came out last year, but I can't really find that much information on it, to be perfectly honest. All that I know is that it's your basic tower defense game with strong RPG elements focusing on various tricks, killing machines, rotating blades, splattery type things, all revolving around the world of Van Helsing. So that's pretty much all I've got to go on, to be perfectly honest. But we'll just jump straight into it and see what we get. Should mention, actually, before we continue, the other games that are available for this month of January include The Cave, Killer Instinct Season 2, which is a nice little addition, considering that it came out last year when we did Killer Instinct Season 1. And finally, we have Rayman Origins. Those are your 4 games for January. So let us begin. Let's create a new character. We have a sorceress, a highly skilled arcanist with an assortment of long-range attacks and tricks, able to attack multiple lanes but vulnerable in close combat. I have a mercenary, a tough melee fighter with mostly close range attacks, capable of standing his ground and holding his enemies within range of his traps over prolonged periods. And a marksman, agile ranged fighter with a powerful poison-based attack, possesses the ability to cloak, which prevents enemies from attacking him and increases mobility. I'm torn between the sorceress and the marksman, but I usually play a mage, so we'll go with the sorceress. We'll just call ourselves Psycho Smiffy. And off we go.
Welcome to Deathtrap. In this unique tower defense action RPG hybrid, you are in charge of the empty strongholds in the Otherworld, and you must defeat the hordes of monsters. These nasty creatures come in swarms from the heart of darkness through the chaos portals, and they try to break through to the ordinary world. As you might have guessed from the title, Deathtrap is a game where you must deploy deadly devices to destroy the invading monsters. Your character will participate in the battles with skills and abilities, but the traps will do the major part of the destruction. These traps come in many shapes, ranging from mechanical wonders to magical pillars and summoning sigil. In Deathtrap, you can fend off the invaders with 25 different basic traps, which is quite a considerable number in a tower defense game. The traps that you build are products of a lost civilization created by the old masters of magic and weird technology. You can also improve these traps in the management phase between the levels, where you can buy all sorts of upgrades from your research points. You gain research points depending on the difficulty level of the map and how successful you were in the battle. And don't forget the very special upgrades, which are tied to achievements. Kill a given number of creatures with ice or fire, and you'll soon have some new improved frost or lava traps. Defeat a boss creature, and you'll get a brand new trap as a reward. And as you're playing through the campaign, you also gain or unlock new basic trap types gradually. If you still have doubts about the number of possibilities, don't worry. There's a huge range of upgrades, 125 to be very precise, so you can freely experiment with different tactics. Each trap has 2 passive upgrades from level 1 to 20 that grant constant bonuses. They also have 3 different active upgrades, which also have 3 levels. These upgrades are unique to each trap. They give plus damage, boost the range, or grant some extra surprises like a poisonous cloud or extra blades. And that's just scraping the surface. During battles, you will use a resource called Essence to build the traps and their active upgrades that you have bought in the management phase. You gain Essence for each creature that was killed on the map, and you also get extra Essence after each wave that you have successfully defeated. Traps come in 5 categories: Each category has specific slots on the maps. This means that you must plan carefully where you are going to place your traps. Each map has different slots, so you cannot use the same tactics over and over again. Sometimes you need to experiment with different trap categories. Most traps grant boosts against a particular monster type, but at the same time they have a weakness against a different monster type. It's like a game of rock, paper, scissors, so you need to keep an eye on the creatures that will come in the next wave. Luckily, the huge number of available traps gives you ways to create combos. Slow down the monsters with the frost pillar and let them crawl through the deadly charges of the lightning pillar. Use the spring trap and send them flying into the lava grill or just straight into the arms of your hungry werewolves. And don't forget that there are also special traps that you can only build on certain maps, and these will give an additional flavor to the gameplay. Be clever, be quick, and show no mercy.
Well, I might as well just stop the game now, because you clearly explained everything. It's quite obvious that they didn't hire a voice actor for that. They probably just got somebody's daughter to read it out, because it was incredibly boring the way she was talking about it, but hey-ho, that's the first mistake of this game. There's always going to be a mistake with these games with gold videos, but what can you do? Single player.
In the other world that we call the Ink, there are islands in the void. Places where the ancients built strongholds to keep the monsters at bay. The first swarm burst out of the Ink heart ages ago, and the beasts kept coming back. During each cycle, they tried to break through to the everyday world, but the vicious traps around the portals took care of them. The strongholds have fallen into ruins since the last cycle. Still, a prophecy says that the next swarm will come soon. I have been trained for that moment since I was a child. When I was sent to the strongholds to refine my mystic powers, I had no idea how accurate this prophecy had been. The portal that brought me here vanished, and I heard the sound of the chaos portals opening. The new cycle has begun, and I'm here alone to stop it.
Well, there you go. I have some plot for you. Now let's have a look at the loading times. Shouldn't be too bad. It's actually loading quite quickly. Well, there we go. Right, so welcome to the Deathtrap Strongholds, a network of defensive fortifications that you'll be defending. You must repel invaders swarming from the Inkheart and otherworldly worms to beyond our own. Okay. Your first assignment is the defense of the Darkmoor Stronghold. Select it with the X button to see details about the battle. Okay. Oh dear. Select the difficulty level of the assignment with the up and down, then press X to start. After you finish all the first tier maps, you'll unlock the scenario and endless game modes, where you'll be able to select second tier of campaign. Okay. Okay, so there's different bonuses depending on what the difficulty you do. Enemies only have 30% health and deal 40% damage. Sorry, hiccup there. 70% health, 70 damage, and enemies have full health, deal full damage, can complete battles with 3 stars. We'll see what it's like as a base 1 star, and then we'll up the difficulty if it becomes really, far too easy. Right, so that's just, after 10 minutes of all that explanation, we can actually finally jump into the game. Okay, loading time is a bit slow loading the actual level, but, it's an indie studio. What can you do? You have to feel sorry for them. Right. Battles in Deathtrap are tower defense skirmishes. I already know that. You've already told me that. The dome of blue energy on the pedestal is a gate. Monsters will try to reach it and enter the real world. If a monster reaches this gate, or if you die, it costs you gate points. The green bar shows how many points you have left. The red line is the monster path. That will show you what line they will take in order to get there. The sorceress activates her skills with mana. This is a resource that regenerates. Mana regeneration rate, blah blah blah.
I'm ready to do this.
Okay, so have a lightning attack. Have some kind of frost-based attack. LB is for potions. So have some kind of just basic projectile. Don't know what this Y button is, but it's not making me move. This map gives you an overview of the various monster routes and trap locations. Okay, on the list on the right shows the general monster composition of the next wave. When you change, chaos portals will emerge. Okay, so they're pretty much coming straight ahead. And so let's build a... This looks like a good place to build some traps. Let's build a trap then. What's this? A gun sentry. A large automated gun sentry that continuously attacks single targets. It costs 50 essence. Yep, we know about essence cost. Battle skills. Besides traps, you can fight monsters with your skills. Health potions. What can we build here? Acid geyser. Spray jets of corrosive toxin within the area when enemies step on the trap. Enemies are also afflicted by 30% vulnerability against physical damage for 10 seconds. Let's make this acid trap then. What else? Can we build another trap here? That gun sentry thing? Yeah, we'll build one there as well. And then can we modify the trap? I don't think we can modify it just yet. But we'll build another acid geyser here. And then we've got no more essence now, so we might as well just continue trying to... Okay, so I'm ready to start the wave. It won't start the wave. Ah, right. So we have to press select and then start. Okay, this is pretty straightforward. Pretty much taking them on all on my own at the moment. Oh, well, that was easy. So we have 150 essence. Let's continue. We can set up traps wherever we want, and then we can start the waves whenever we're ready, which is cool because usually with tower defense games you just set your traps and whatever, and then you kind of just have to keep doing it as the enemies keep respawning. So
wave started. But
now we have two paths. So I'm just going to let that path kind of deal. Well, there's no... Okay, so there's monsters coming down the second path. And they pretty much won't be able to get past this gauntlet over here. So I should probably start focusing on building traps this way now. It's a very slow enemy coming this way. There we go. Just focus on, destroying these ones.
Wave completed.
Cool. I'm assuming if we restart it, we lose our things. No, I don't think we can. How do we modify it? I don't think we've like earned any like form of upgrades yet. So we have an acid geyser there. Have a gun sentry. Another acid geyser. Alright. So what we'll do is we'll start this wave. But now we have a third path opened. So we should probably focus on the enemies coming from this path as well. If there's no enemies coming from there yet, but yeah. I suppose when you build up essence throughout the level, you can actually continue to build traps. Did I build this guild as well? Yeah, I did.
The Lord of the Swarm is near.
I was waiting.
Ooh.
Great old one.
Here we go. Oh dear, they're quite close. Get some traps built. Oh god, I'm burning.
Level completed.
Cool.
Victory is my only reward.
Okay, so that. Oh, get a treasure chest. Right, so what we can do, if we can, we'll go back to that level and try it on with the 3-star, because 1-star is actually incredibly easy. So, new points available. You have gained enough experience to increase the skills and traps. So these are our combat skills. Trap skills. Transmutation charm. Designated trap generates much more essence from each kill. Performs with the skill of generation. Ah, okay, fair enough. We have 3 points. What do we want? Freezing wind, icy wind, frost mastery. Let's go with our basic ice bolt. Ice bolt recharges mana when it hits an enemy. That would be coming handy. Increases the slow effect of ice bolts. We'll need that. Okay, so let's go back to this map and do it on 3 stars. So of course, when you progress further on in the game, you're going to get, as it says in the intro, you're going to get, crazy traps like death portals and springs and raining blood and all that nonsense. So yeah, I think if you just stick with this game, it will get better. But for now, it's kind of just one of those tedious things. You got to progress with a tiny amount of traps all the way to you know what I mean. Alright, so we'll build that one there. That one there. That one there. And we'll build another acid circle there. Ah, so if we activate our Y spell only on traps. So that's cool. Right.
Wave started.
Now let's hope that they're not... They're probably a bit harder now. Yeah, they are a little bit harder. they're absorbing a hell of a lot more damage. Yeah, that was quite, that was a bit tough, actually. Ah, my telly went black for a second. There we go. So I'll activate that transmutation spell on the acid geyser. Alright, so we've
Completed.
Okay. So now they're going to come from this way as well, so we'll set up some traps this way. Okay, and let's begin.
Wave started.
Now it is going to get a little bit harder because it took me a fair bit to actually put the transmutation thing on there. Actually, it'd probably be better if I activate it on the guns because they're the ones that are doing the most damage. Okay, we got some guys coming from this way as well. Should probably activate my slowy down frost thing, which is quite handy because it affects every enemy on the screen. Some more enemies coming from here. There we go.
Wave completed.
Okay, so it's a hell of a lot more challenging, and we know that the boss is coming from this area now. So we need to set up some more traps.
That should be enough.
No, we'll place one more right there. Right, let's try not to die now. And we have 12 health potions. We must have got what? Oh yeah, that's right. We got it from the treasure chest when we completed the first wave. Okay, it's a little bit tougher now, but my traps are helping. Well, hence the name of the game, Deathtrap.
Lord of the Swarm is here.
Right, now do I focus on the enemies or this boss that's coming? If I activate my freeze on that, should damage him a little bit. Put transmutator on there. I don't know, we seem to be handling ourselves pretty well. Okay.
Level completed.
Oh.
Yes, I was trained for this.
Okay, where's the boss? Or unless that was the boss. Oh well. And we get an achievement as well. First steps. And 2 stars on the campaign. And we get a blue moon staff. Whatever that is. I'm assuming it's some form of better gear. I'm assuming it follows the basic tier colours as well for loot. So that was blue. I'm assuming it was you know, fairly uncommon. Right, let's have a look at our character sheet. We have an inventory. Rift gun. Healing potion. Ah, there we go. We can start equipping better items now. So we have our trophy belt. The Blue Moon Staff. It gives us plus 22 poison damage. And that's all of our armor stuff equipped. Here's what we want to buy. We want to buy some traps. Here you can improve your traps by purchasing battle upgrades or general upgrades for them. Battle upgrades can be built during missions to enhance traps, whereas general upgrades provide permanent bonuses. Okie doke. So we have fire, ground trap, poison, lightning, physical, and summoning, but that's locked so far. So we have our gun sentry. Okay, so first you have to select your trap that you want to improve. Increases damage by 10%, increases range. Enemies increases base damage by 30%. Enemies are slowed by 15%. Let's increase the base damage by 90%. And then increase the damage. Can we upgrade any more? Attack range? Any more? 50% of the damage is applied to 2 meter. Okay, cool. So I'm kind of feeling we're going to need a lot of those traps in the future. So, yeah, that is pretty much the game in a nutshell, guys. So that is your basic tower defense game revolving around the world of Van Helsing. Obviously, as you play it deeper into the game, you're going to unlock at least 25 traps with a numerous amount of upgrades in order to make them better, so you can keep the enemies on your toes and just be an all-round tower defense master. So yeah, that is the end of the video, guys. If you have enjoyed it, then please give it a like, comment down below, subscribe for future content, and I shall see you guys in the next video. And before I go, I just wanted to wish you all a very happy new year.